So for today's tactic thing, I'm gonna do a run of Puzzle Streak. Um, so I'm not sure what my best ever Puzzle Streak score is. I know I've gotten over 100 before, but that was kind of like as a group thing. I'm not sure what my best performance individually has been. I find like my issue with this is that for a certain point, the first I don't know, three, four, 5 dozen puzzles are pretty easy and don't require much thought, if any at all, really. But at a certain point, they start becoming more difficult, and I don't do a good job of it's like transitioning into the puzzles where I have to think more, and I'm still in the rhythm of going pretty quickly, and then I make a mistake. So, okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try not to use much time on the genuinely easy ones, like this one. So we'll start here. I might split this up into multiple sessions. Like I might go through the first, assuming I get that far. Hopefully, I'm able to get that far. Um, go through the first like 60 or so right now, and then maybe come back for I don't know, like I feel like it does save your streak if you like close the tab and go do other stuff, but I feel like it's happened for me before that it reset my streak. Because maybe like once I get to 60, like doing a few more puzzles at a time, like once it gets to the difficult ones, doing a few more puzzles at a time. Um, I think even at 60, there's still like 2100 rated puzzles or so, which are still like several hundred points below the ones that I would get if I just straight up did the more normal like puzzle trainer. Yeah, I should go. I haven't been thinking. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, once I get to the difficult ones, I can do a few more a day for my um tactic session for that day. If it does manage to save my streak. But okay, well, we got to get through the quote unquote easy ones first. Not giving a ton of commentary because there's not a ton of conscious thought going into these ones. I was mating two with Queen E2 and Knight D3. Rook H3. Okay, I only have one move, but now I can take and queen. I've check, then takes. Okay, yeah, and then take it on E5 if you'd kept the thing covered. Is this a free piece? I think so. Is this a free rook? I think so. Check a knight d4 wins the queen because on rook d4 I have fe6. Um, check. No, wait. Okay, hang on. Rook e1. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what happened on rook f1, but that's not legal. And then yeah, on both king moves, queen g3 was mate. The pawn ending wins because his king is super not inside my pawn's square. Rook d7, knight f6, rook h7. Okay, if you go to e8, it's mate in one. If you go this way, yeah, mate in two. Here, that made me think already. If rook h4, you have queen g6. First move that came to mind was bishop e4 check, but after take take, you have queen g6. I feel like I don't normally get stuck this early. By the way, when I say that these are the easy puzzles or stuff, obviously I don't mean uh, offense to a, a player of the plague strength who finds these puzzles difficult. We're all at our own um we're all at our own stages of chess development, and I'm just comparing to my own previous performances in terms of what I expect of myself. I don't know what I'm meant to do here. Uh, I should say some words. Cause like, okay, Rook H4, it forces Queen G6. And then what's my next move? Oh, Bishop D5. Yeah, okay. Bishop D5 threatens the knight and it threatens Bishop E4. Oh, okay, so that's why it's rated so low. Cause okay, they don't actually make you I'm curious about that one though, so I'm gonna on Queen G6. Uh oh, it's doing that thing where I request multiple lines and it still only shows the first line. Don't like it when it does that. But what are the I didn't see any other move besides Bishop D5 that worked. But yeah, the puzzle as far as the actual presented solution doesn't require you to have seen because Rook H4 is a pretty obvious move. Oh, I'm gonna turn on jump to next puzzle immediately again. Uh, where did my where's my thumbs up button? Where'd it go? Okay, good. I forget what I said. Oh yeah, you can solve that puzzle without having seen Bishop D5. Not that Bishop D5 is like supremely difficult, but took me a little while to see it. What do you want me to just take a? Yeah, I am in exchange up, I guess. Mate and two, Queen H7, Rook G8. Okay. Oh yeah, and on so King F6 forced, then G5, and then the pawn promotes. Cool. Um. Oh, it's mate and two with Rook E6 and F7. Knight F4. I have two threats: Queen G2 and Knight E2. Did not think you could answer to both of them. Uh oh, A7, Bishop D5 forced, C4 check. That's kind of cute. Because on takes, I have Knight B6. Um, does the recording show? Oh yeah, it does show at the bottom what number puzzle I'm on. Okay, Rook E8, and then for some reason I didn't think this far ahead. I didn't see Knight E5 until right after I moved, but okay, I did take on E4 and take on E5. Didn't think there was anything better. Ooh. I take on D5. Yeah, I'm still within range of this pawn. If you take King G5, whatever, C4, King G6, B4. Oh yeah, I'm extremely ahead. Obviously, I have to catch the pawn. Yeah, and if you tried like King E5, I'm in time to take and go King B6. Okay, here, I could take twice and go C7. Hmm. I don't suppose. Oh, I'm Bishop E5. I can take it. Okay. Queen A2. Does that make sense? Probably not after like King G7. And then yeah, I thought it was fine if we dropped the rooks, we queen would check. Um, and on I mean Queen C7, Rook C7 check, King E8, Rook H7 or whatever it's winning. Yeah. This is mate in two. Here, we've got a pin. You can take knight takes F5. We have to be aware of rook takes E6. However, we do have queen D5 to stop any discovered checks. That looks like a free piece to me. On bishop D3, bishop D4. I mean, CD4, bishop D3, queen D3, queen C1, queen D1. I don't see the point. Okay, if takes here, then takes, but this looks like a free thing. Okay. Bishop h7, not h7, bishop h6. And oh, that's kind of cute. Bishop h6, king h8, bishop f8, bishop h7, rook h7, king h7, rook h6, mate. Oh, you can throw in rook h2, which I suspect it will do, but doesn't meaningfully alter the game. Take queen h4. I bishop e3. Uh-huh. Okay. Rook d6. Cause yeah, where does he go with the queen? I mean, queen g5. I take and take on. All right, well, I can take on f7 directly. And if you take on c7, I have take on f6, take on f6, queen takes c7. This of course wins. Oh, I mean, I trade queens and king g6, king c4, for example, king e4. I keep the king away. If yeah, if you go this way, I mean here, here. Take, take. Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Sorry. Take. King g6, king, whatever. King b6. Sorry, no, the king's on b5 to start with. Take. King g6, king c6, or whatever. Let's say like king c5, king f5, king d6, king g4, king e6. Okay, wait. I got confused. My head hurts. I got confused. Okay, take. King g6, king wherever. King f5, king d6. Like okay, g5, king e7, king g4, king f6. Wait, no, I'm screwing it up. Hang on. Take. There. Oh no, okay, I'm in time to take on h2 and play g5, g4, I think. Okay, if you go there, then I'm gonna come around here. Right, okay, so I was thinking like if you go like you're not in time to defend stuff. So I'm thinking it took me way too long to calculate that for some reason. But like if you did something like this, whatever here, king g4, king e6, right? Like at some point you need to play g5, then g4, and then you win. Okay. I've had one kind of like that earlier too. I'm guessing a4 and b4. A4 take, b4, yeah. Because the pawn on d3 is obstructing the king from getting back. I should jump to the next puzzle immediately. Okay, it's mate in 3. Queen e8, queen g6, queen e7. Rook here, I'm guessing. Okay, if king d3, then oh, the rook's hanging. Yeah, and if queen takes, I have queen a2, queen f2. King d3, look straightforward. Queen h6, you have, I guess, bishop f6. Um, okay, I'm confused. Oh no, my queen is uh here. I can play queen takes f6. I was like, oh, my knight is pinned, so I can't. But yeah, queen f6. And if queen takes, then I have knight takes. Yeah, and on there, the idea is just pick up the bishop, of course. Oh, take and bishop d3. Here we can play. What can we play? Queen f1. Queen F1 if okay, so I have a pretty good threat of Rook G2. I'm still covering like all the checking squares. So Queen F1, let's say Queen E2. I have Rook G2, which one's the queen. And I don't actually see a meaningful defense. Yeah. This is meaningful in the sense that the game continues, but should be winning pretty easily after like I don't know, take Queen B5 or something. Okay. What's happening? Take doesn't do anything, I don't think. Rook D8, bishop F5. Oh, but I take on E4 and bishop B4 F5. Bang. Okay. Queen C6 and on. Okay, if you straight queens and play whatever, King D2, King B5, King D3, King. Oh, I have a majority on the whatever that side of the board is called, the king side. So this is for sure winning. I was like, do I get this pawn in time? It didn't seem like I did, but yeah, no, this is winning. Okay, but here, what, King D5? King D5, let's say King D2, King, whatever, King C4, B5, take, King C. Oh yeah, that's for sure easily winning. And this, I'm just like making sure why, because this takes an additional tempo, right? Yeah. And if you didn't play b5, then I take, and then yeah, then I of course win. Queen e4, king g3, h4, king what? King. Well, okay. So what's the material? Because I'm a piece down for a pawn. Check king g3, h4. It's also king g4, but that's horrible. Oh right, the rook is dropping in the corner. I was trying to find mate, but yeah, no. At very least, though. Though, if your king is on h3 and I take, then bishop g2 traps the queen. But on okay, on king g4 it's fine. I can take there. On king h3, I mean, my suspicion is I take on f4 and I'm completely winning. And like the trick is I'm supposed to avoid doing this, but I can just take here and like I'm a pawn up, right? And I'm also just completely crushing. Okay. What's this? Take on h2 check. I would say so. Yeah, and on here, so well, no, I've take Queen H3, Queen F3. Good. I my charger fell on the floor. I'll pick it up later. Rook E8. Yeah, because Queen D6, the rook hangs on F on C8, but this, yeah. Oh, the queen's covering H1. Very sneaky. That is very sneaky of you. What if I go Bishop F3? What's the material? I'm a rook and a piece down. Oh, do I just have Rook G3? I guess not, because take King H1, and then what do I do? Oh, take Queen G2 for that play. Okay, so Bishop F3, you gotta take with the Queen. Take Queen F4, and then what's the material? You've got two rooks and a piece. I mean, I can. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem right. Uh, so now I'm confused. Oh, you know what? I might be able to refine that. Bishop f3, queen f3, rook f3, knight f3, queen g4. You don't have bishop g3 because I take on g3, then I take the other piece because the f pawn is pinned by the bishop on b6. So after queen g4, if you go king h1, I take on f3 check, then take on f4. If you go um king h2, then I take on f4, king g2, queen g4, and I pick up the knight. Right, and oh, it didn't. Okay, didn't even make me do that. Okay, so that makes me kind of curious. Can I go back? Okay. Um, right. Yeah, a queen it did have to be queen g4. Then at the end of this line, yeah, like I'd seen that you have two rooks for the queen, but I'm two pawns up and the king is very weak. I have an H pawn and such. Okay, so that's cool. I mean, I would have preferred it if it actually made me play what I calculated on the board, but okay, we take what we can get. Queen e8 to stop him from going back this way when I check on d5. Queen e8, bishop d7, bishop d5, king c5, bishop e3. And if you go to c5 directly, okay, hang on, you have the, wait, you have the b5 square still? What about just, okay, what's the material? I'm a piece down again. You know, I can probably just play queen e8, bishop d7, bishop d5, and then take on d7. Because I don't see mate, like even, well, immediately bishop d5, you can go back here, but like, you can always go to b5 with your king and probably avoid getting mated straight away, but you do at least lose your piece back, and my attack is still very strong. Nice. Okay. Hmm. Why isn't knight c3 just winning immediately? Take on d2, and I guess you have two passed pawns, but like I have two pieces and I still have a pawn alive. I mean, I don't see anything better. I don't see anything better. Okay. Oh, okay. I did not see rook g1. Hmm. So obviously I shouldn't promote because you have a perpetual. I mean, making a queen it at least pins the rook so I don't get mated, but there is a draw for white. So rook g5, I guess, is pretty necessary to avoid that. And then I'm still ready to queen. Nice. Okay. What is going on here? I mean, I don't know. Do you want like king f1, I guess? I mean, I don't know what other move to play. Rook h7 check king g1 would be not what I want, I suspect. So king f1, and then I'm threatening rook h7 and then rook g7. So you, I guess, have to play well some move with the rook that loses the f2 pawn. Okay. Queen d4, queen d6, or no, queen d4 and then bishop d3. If queen d4, queen, I guess queen f2, I mean take and take on d3. Because if I take here, you take here, and then you have a check to get out of the pin if you need it, which you probably will. Okay, so that's a piece. Take, check. Oh, my own rook is hanging. Okay, but I can take and go rook e8. Although they have, I guess, g3. Alternatively, I could take on h2, check, then play rook e8, check, then take a rook in the corner. Okay. Queen c3. Why is that not just mate very quickly? Is it because people are trying like knight f6, queen g8? I'm suspicious about like a mate in three like this deep into the thing. Okay. Hmm. So I'm guessing like if I tried king d4, that wouldn't work because yeah, like king d4, take king f4, and then you get around in time. What I was also looking at was, okay, if king d4, if you went h6, then I have king e4, and you're zigzwanged. Although, there, 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 there. Yeah. Yeah, if I went directly for the pawn, I think you'd get away with it if I'm counting right. Which I think I am. If I took on h5, take king f5, and then like king h6, I mean, well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think you can actually go to h6, but you could go to like h4. King f4, you go back, and then let's see what that achieves for black. If I went king e4 straight away. Oh, wait, is it just that? Because I was thinking king e4 and you can play h6 to escape Zugzwang, but I guess I can literally just go king back, and there's actually not a ton you can do about it because I can go in here anyway. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we made it to 60. Am I gonna take a break now? There haven't been too many challenging ones so far, to be honest. I'm coming up on half an hour, which I am starting to get a little tired, and my head hurts a little bit. So I do wanna hop off my screen. I am curious about this one though. However, um, wait, is it just rook f1? Rook f1, rook f1, queen d5? And it confused people just because of the bizarre stuff that's going on. Yeah, can I stop you from queening as well? Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll see. This is a fairly uh, light tactic session for today in terms of the difficulty. But I'll leave it at that for now, and then I might do more later. We'll see.